All right, good afternoon. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to four-way test day for the Rotary Club. So glad that everyone can join us. I personally have always been a big fan of the four-way test, and even more so during this year that I've been serving as Rotary President. I've been trying to, anytime that I want to make a snap decision about something, I always try to pause and think about before I act or speak, what's the right thing to do here? And I love it when we get the opportunity to hear from our friends over at Martin Middle School, the students there, when they share their thoughts about what it meant to them to pause and think before they act, or what it would have meant if they had paused and thought before they acted. Thank you so much to Nicolette for coordinating this, to Valerie Reppy and the people at Martin Middle School for continuing to partner with us, and for the students for writing your wonderful essays. We also today are going to be talking about the return to face-to-face lunches starting next Monday. And we're going to hear some more announcements about the day of service and our upcoming social. And we're going to have a special announcement from Mark Hackett. So lots to look forward to. Let's get started. And we'll begin with Richard Watkins and the invocation and pledge.
Thank you all so very much. Today's invocation is going to be a poem by James Atkins called Being Thankful. I could list the gifts I'm thankful for and write until next week. My health, my eyes, my darling wife, my granddaughter's chubby cheeks. Treasured friends that if I called would say I'm on my way. A precious mother that lucky me turns 81 today. Children I'm so proud of, sisters that make me smile, little ones that call me pops, my list could reach for miles. A soldier in some foreign place assuring liberty for me, a sunny sky, a frosty morn, a blue-green shimmering sea. I'm thankful that in this land I love, we're free to disagree, where we aspire to so much more than mediocrity. I keep this mental list of gifts and add to it each day, like God's unique and precious love, whose patience never sways. A similar list I know you have, so think on that a while, and be thankful, friends, that every day our gifts outweigh our trials. And though I don't have a granddaughter, I know that many of you do. So be grateful for that and count your blessings each and every single day. Now, if you now join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties, above all fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
Wonderful, wonderful, Evelyn. Thank you very much. President Eric, back to you. You're muted, Eric.
Thank you so much for that wonderful invocation. Among the things that I am thankful for are the great invocations from Richard and for Sevelin serenading us just about every Monday. I'm also thankful, as I mentioned in my memo that went out this morning, for all of the members of the Rotary Club and how you guys have stuck with us through all these Zoom meetings this year. And I'm thankful for the opportunity beginning next week for us to get back to some face-to-face lunch meetings. So a lot to be thankful for. And why don't we start while we're being thankful and ask if anybody wants to share any happy dollars of their own.
Okay, I'll do happy dollars. Hey guys, it's Gina. I will do $100 to the foundation because I would eventually want, you know, a Paul, it's Monday, y'all. Paul Harris Fellowship. So I'll do $100 there. I feel like we've had a fantastic quarter. Really excited about getting our meetings back and up. That's really exciting. I got an A on my midterm for my master's in cybersecurity. I was top biller for Q1 for my company, and I feel like we had a successful day of service. So there is a lot to be grateful for. So I will donate $100 to the foundation.
Thank you so much, Gina. Wow, that's a great gift and thing to share with us this Monday afternoon. Any other happy dollars?
I've got a happy dollar for our president, Eric Stevens, who has led us through a very challenging year. And I can't be more excited of the fact that we're having face-to-face meetings coming up starting next week. So a salute to Eric for his great leadership in an unprecedented year.
Well, that is awfully nice. Thank you so much, Eric. I told Eric this in an email yesterday, but one thing that makes it kind of nice for anybody who happens to be sitting in my seat and, as the Rotary president is to have, you know, a top level executive coach right at your fingertips that you can bounce ideas off with and help guide you in the right direction. So thank you so much, Eric, for all you have done for me and for the Rotary Club this year and for a long, long time. All right. Next, first of all, I do want to suggest that people send an email or a chat to Linda to put some money in the virtual cart bucket. We'll actually have, I guess, real, not virtual cart buckets next Monday. But we do want to keep supporting Alzheimer's research. That's very important. Also remind you to, when you purchase your items on Amazon, link up with the Rotary with the Amazon Smile, and they'll send a few bucks our way as well. Upcoming, we have some meetings. Again, we're going to be in, for those of you who sign up and are able to attend next Monday, we will be back in the Wells Fargo building in the City Club for our meeting, and we have Delon Canterbury, the president and CEO of Geriatrics, I guess. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce the name. Maybe Richard can help with that. A very interesting pharmaceutical company president is going to be speaking with us, and I think he will be participating virtually. You know, during this period where we're having a hybrid meeting, sometimes our meetings, our speaker will show up at the City Club and speak in person, and sometimes they'll be speaking virtually. And I believe he's going to be a virtual presentation. Oh, okay. Well, he's going to be there in person. I stand corrected. And then the following week, we have Larry Barbour from North State Bank, the president, will be speaking to us. That's going to be another Zoom meeting. And then we have Ken Strange will be our speaker on May the 24th. He is someone who wrote a book about a trip that he took, a pilgrimage along the Spain's Camino trail. And that should be a really interesting presentation as well, and get us all excited about doing some traveling again. All right, so that's upcoming, and I guess I will go ahead and talk a little bit. For those of you who haven't had a chance to look through the memo that was sent out, all the details are in there. But beginning next week, we will have availability for up to 35 people to sign up for lunch at the City Club. It's not going to be exactly the same as it was before. I believe what's going to happen is that there will be maybe a couple of choices of entree, and there will be people standing there kind of serving you. There'll be a salad plate and dessert plate sitting at the table. Tables will be spread out. And, we had the list of 3 requests there, that have to do with kind of some common sense protections and also the requirements under the current executive order in place. The first one is, a request that, or a suggestion that you hold off before coming until you're fully vaccinated. And the other ones, which, come from Governor Cooper's executive order for these kinds of meetings, have to do with, continuing to wear a mask when you're not eating, bringing a mask with you, and keeping appropriately socially distanced. So please keep those in mind. And meanwhile, we just look forward to seeing everybody. If you have any questions about the in-person meetings, there'll be a lot of information in the Evite that Linda sends out, hopefully this afternoon. Please feel free to reach out to us. All right, at this point, I'm going to move on and see if Alex is here and can give us some more information about the wine tasting fundraiser.
Thanks, Eric. Happy Monday, everybody. So I just wanted to get on quickly and let everybody know that Tom has crunched all the numbers for us, and I'm very happy to report that we were able to raise $7,060.49 as a result of our fundraiser for the date of service. So we did exceed our fundraising goal, which is awesome. So thank you all to everybody, and all of those proceeds will be going back to all of the organizations that we partnered with on the day of service. So once again, I just want to thank everybody for their time and their generosity. We had a blast during the fundraiser, and I'm just really, really thrilled that we were able to exceed our fundraising goals on the first ever day of service. So thank you again. Thanks, Gina and Eric and Mark and everybody. We were successful. So that's all I have.
That is so great. And that's very much thanks to you and Gina for kind of organizing the fundraiser. And keep in mind that sort of the original vision for this is that this is going to be, this day of service idea is going to be something that moves from place to place throughout the Rotary District. And, the first year, the focus of our day of service was Southeast Raleigh. And all of these organizations are organizations that are doing great work for the downtown and the Southeast Raleigh community. And so we're able to donate, $1,000 to, the first 7 organizations on that list, and also make a nice donation to Wake Up and Read. And that's just going to be, a nice boost for them, in addition to, the help we were able to provide them through some of the service activities we did on April 17th. So great work, everybody, and thank you again, Alex. All right, next, let's turn it over to Gina for a further report on the day of service.
Yeah, so just like Alex was saying, we have surpassed our fundraising goal. Congratulations. Money is still trying to trickle in. I'm still trying to get a little bit more money. I'm trying to raise around $400 more. So I have asked a couple of people for that money so we can make sure that we're getting Wake Up and Read at least $500. So our original goal was $7,000, at least $1,000 to each group. And then I had a last minute mad idea of at least trying to give Wake Up and Read, $500. So I am in a scramble looking for around $400. But just so you know, that's in the background. But we have exceeded our fundraising goal. And this is and probably not everybody's mentioned here. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving pieces, but this has to do with member contributions as well as amazing corporate sponsors. So the sponsors who are always helping us year after year, stepping up to the plate. And I just want to make sure that we celebrate them. And even sponsors that, are a little bit even behind the scenes. So like Mark's wife at Rex, her guidance and things like that, is huge to us. So Smith Anderson, Pointers Fuel, of course, Terry and Sarah Reeves, Mary Moss, customized creations, helping us with our kind of PR and some of our social media, and our Rotary members. Thank you guys so much. We can't pull off a huge event like this without your support. So next slide. And then I will this is my call to action. So I just want to remind you, these are all of the organization on April 17th that we helped create an impact on. So look at this list, take a pause. That's a lot of organizations. There was over 150 Rotarians doing service and or contributing financially or doing in-kind donations on April 17th. That's huge. So what is our legacy going to look like? What I need you to do, and this is my call to action, I'm going to put it in the chat, is I need you to email me your written quote about what your volunteering experience was on April 17th. It could be a very short quote or it could be a huge write-up. Doesn't matter. Let me know, but I would like to know what you thought about April 17th and your impact and what does service mean to you. I want to use these things for social media and for our service website. I want to get that stuff, making sure that we do have a legacy. It does not stop after service. I want to make sure that we have content for Valerie so that this day of service and what we did for the community lives on. Additionally, please send me your photos. I believe I captured all of the photos. I have over 100 and something photos, but maybe I didn't. It's hard to catch everybody. I was getting photos from Linda and, Mary Moss and from other people like Eric, but please duplicate it, send it to me again, just so I make sure that we have kind of that one place where all of our photos go. If you did not do something on the day of service in terms of, getting your hands dirty, but you did go to the wine tasting, I also want you to come up with a quote, either a quote of thanks regarding the City Club or what your experience was in terms of that fundraiser. What did that fundraiser mean to you? Again, this is for legacy and also trying to create hopefully a web page pertaining to fundraising down the line. So I want to get quotes from our members. I want this to live on, but I need your help doing it. So I will put in the chat, my email as well as what I'm asking. And I really appreciate your time. Thanks. It couldn't have done it without you guys and our amazing sponsors.
All right. Thank you so much, Tina. That's a great list of organizations that were touched by what we did. So let's move on now, and I'll ask Mark if you will talk a little bit about the what we got up on our screen here.
Okay. Good afternoon, Eric and fellow members and guests. Yes, the Vocational Service Leadership Award, which we started this process, you may remember back in October of last year. And entries were due by December, and then we go through the review process. So it takes a little long, it seems. And in addition to that, we were kind of distracted by the activities in first quarter with the day of service. But we do have a person that we are going to award this to. So a couple of things. First, the Vocational Service Leadership Award, as you may remember, we've renamed the Wilson R. Heyman Vocational Service Leadership Award, so we'll correct that on here. And is named after one of our long-time distinguished fellow Rotarians, and rightfully so. But as you can see, our winner this year, award winner, is Van Ure. Now, some of you may know Van from her ownership and operation of the Angus Barn, and you may remember she spoke to our club probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, and she always brings desserts. Well, the review committee assures me that that did not have any bearing on their decision to pick her, because in addition to that, you can see below some of the things that she is involved in, most significantly the Walk for Hope that has been going on for 32 years, and you're probably familiar with it. And the Walk for Hope raises money towards research to better understand and treat mental illness. And Van and her team, Van is the chairperson of this and has been doing this 32 years. This year will make 33 years. The committee, we had 13 nominees this year. The committee narrowed it down to the top 3. And this year's voting was the closest it has been in the last 5 or 6 years that we've been doing this. So it took some additional discussion and meetings, but the committee came up with a very worthy person to give this to. So we'll have the meeting currently planned for Van to accept the award and to give brief comments on May 24th. And she wants to do this in person, which is great since we're going back to the City Club. And I would assume she'll probably bring desserts again. So folks there that day will probably get an additional treat. But we are very excited that to have Van as our Vocational Service Leadership Award winner this year, and look forward to the 24th. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Mark. And I just want to give a little disclaimer there that we have not received any promises about the chocolate chess pie, although there are strong wishes. So, thanks so much to Mark for all the hard work coordinating this and kind of herding the cats of the people that were on the committee to kind of get us to work on this and think about it. And thank you to all of my fellow voting members. We did have a difficult choice with a lot of great candidates and a great top 3. And I do think that Van is a wonderful recipient and will be a great that'll be a great time to provide this honor to her on May 24th. All right, now we have, in addition to the excitement of, lunch in person next Monday, we also have a social coming up. And so I'd invite Christy Santacana to come and tell us a little bit about that.
Hello, everyone. As Eric mentioned, yes, we have our first in-person social this Thursday, the 29th. This first one since, I guess, February of last year. So I am super excited to see some of your faces. You should have gotten an evite in your email within the last few days from Linda that has the details. And if you can, try to remember to RSVP. We're just going to get kind of an estimated head count to know how many tables we need to kind of set aside when we get there. And we'll be meeting out on the side yard area with all the picnic tables. And I can send out my cell phone number as well beforehand in case anyone needs, has trouble finding us for any reason, if it's, has a lot of people. But it's supposed to be beautiful weather on Thursday. So get excited, and I hope to see a lot of y'all out there.
All right. Thank you so much, Christy. Before we get to birthdays and anniversaries, Linda, I didn't know if we have guests other than our guests associated with the 4-way test that this would be a good time to recognize.
I personally am not aware of any guests, but if anybody is a guest today that is not connected with the four-way test, please unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
All right. Well, we'll have an opportunity to say hello to our winners and their family and the people with Martin in just a minute. First, I do want to wish a very happy birthday to Lynn Jordan tomorrow, and Taylor Dewberry tomorrow, and Patrick Riley on Wednesday. So I hope you guys have a wonderful and happy birthday. And at this point, I am going to turn the program over to Nicolette Fulton to share with us the winners of this year's four-way test contest.
Well, thank you very much, Eric, and thank you everyone for joining us today. So every week we recite the four-way test, and I'm going to recite it right now. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And is it beneficial to all concerned? How much do we think about that every day in our day-to-day lives? And how much did we think about those four questions when we were in middle school? I don't know that I did, but I can tell you in these essays that I've read that were written a lot better than some briefs that I've read by attorneys, these students have gone deep into what it means to follow the four-way test. And I'm very proud for our 3 four-way test winners, Jonah Osborne, Siri Joshi, and Leah Mastropaulo. And our winner, who also placed second at the district level, is Jonah Osborne. So congratulations, Jonah. So what we're going to do, first, I would like to thank someone that is vital to this program and this program's success. And I think I saw her on here. We cannot have the four-way test essay contest without Valerie Reppy. She is the English department chair at Martin Middle School and is a phenomenal asset when it comes to seeing the success of this program. So can everyone just join me in a thank you to Valerie?
Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you. Now we're going to have each student, starting with Leah, just introduce themselves. Whoever may be on TV or on camera with them. Introduce themselves, their grade, and then read their essay. So Leah, could you please go first?
Hello, I'm Leah, and I'm in 7th grade at Martin Middle. I'd like to start by saying thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my essay with everyone. Okay. Don't let fears get control of your life. That's what my grandmother says to me anytime I see her. My grandmother is one of the smartest people I know. She is courageous and strong. She is one of my biggest inspirations in life. I myself have trouble in that life lesson. I think, what are they going to think about me? What if I mess up or I'm not good enough? Those are the thoughts that constantly go through my head. It's one of the reasons in life that I can't let go or open up to my real potential. In 5th grade, I auditioned for a play. I got in and I got a fairly big part with many lines and movements. I was so excited. A week passed and opening night came. I was doing fine until a thought got into my brain. What if I mess up in front of all those people? What if they don't think I'm good enough? I had a mental breakdown and my mom had to push me on stage. However, once I got on stage, I could barely see a thing and totally forgot about everyone's eyes on me. Afterward, everyone said I did great. I felt so proud and wondered, why was I even worried? Don't let fears take control of your life. If I had considered the four-way test, it would have been an entirely different situation. The truth is, I know I wanted to go on stage so bad, but I didn't want people to make fun of me. Was it fair I was concerned about going on stage? Yes. However, now I wish I had just experienced my first time being in the spotlight. It did build goodwill and better friendships, and I benefited from that experience in many ways. I made a lot of new friends. I also learned a great life lesson. However, do I still let fears take control of my life? Yes, I do. Although I regret freaking out like that, this experience and the four-way test helped me get through other trying times. I can overcome all those fears because I believe it is something that can change my life. Don't let fears take control of your life.
Thank you very much, Leah. You did such a phenomenal job. And we are very proud of you and your essay. So thank you. Next up is Siri Joshi.
Hi, my name's Siri. I'm a 7th grader at Martin Middle School. And first off, thank you guys so much for allowing me to present my essay to the Rotary Club. Okay, so all over the world, COVID-19 has taken countless lives and ruined many more. People struggle to push through what may seem like an eternity of nothingness. Earning money, paying bills, and just getting food on the table are simple tasks that no one thought much of, but are now becoming the bane of one's existence. COVID-19 has not been easy for anyone, and while it might have been inevitable, was there a way for COVID's burdens and consequences to have been reduced? China's government did not handle the disease effectively at the start. Moreover, when the Chinese people got their first handful of cases, they should have operated the situation with more urgency and realized the gravity of it all, what it could do to us and the world. Had these governments maintained the situation more discerningly, COVID-19 might not have been such an impactful disease. When considering the four-way test, China lacked tremendously. If they had used the four-way test to revise their decisions on how to handle the spread of COVID, it might have ended up saving millions of lives and the trust of other countries. For example, China did not let other people know about the first spreading of COVID-19 until much after. China's government also underreported the number of COVID cases in the country. Was it the truth? No. China's government falsified the number of cases and made it seem like less of a problem than it actually was, which led to other governments taking COVID-19 less seriously. Was it fair to all concerned? No, it was not fair for China's government to withdraw from telling the world about COVID-19 earlier than they did. It would have allowed for other countries to prepare better, and it was not fair that they did not know about such a disastrous disease that ruined their economy and killed their people. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? No, actually, a lot of countries and people have grown a strong dislike for China because of the way they handle the outbreak. Even President Trump has been seen making rude jokes about COVID-19 in China. Is it beneficial to all concerned? It was not. Most countries deteriorated because of this horrible disease, and it was actually the opposite of beneficial. It made a lot of countries lose millions of dollars and millions of people as well. Had the Chinese government considered and used the four-way test, they might have been able to save numerous priceless lives and save their trust and friendship with other countries. Millions of seats at the table remain empty, and millions of boxes of school supplies remain unopened. The four-way test could have greatly improved the outcome of COVID-19, but unfortunately, we will never know what could have happened.
Thank you very much, Siri. That was such a phenomenal essay. I really appreciate it. So great job. Great analysis of COVID-19. And finally is Jonah Osborne.
Okay, thank you for having me here. I will start my essay now. On a crisp afternoon, my friends and I were walking throughout the neighborhood. The temperature was perfectly cool and the sun was providing a warm yellow light. We were joking around and laughing, generally having a good time. Then one of my friends stated, "Whoever gets to the park first is gay." At first, I didn't respond while being unhappy with the statement said. I hesitated because in the past, I'd pointed out that these jokes are not that great to say. One of my friends, though, did not hear this challenge and ran to the park first. Another friend exclaimed to him, "You're gay." The fact that calling someone's behavior gay unsettled me, as no sexuality should be criticized. I responded to this person saying, "Hey, it's not really that great to say that, because if someone around us were actually gay, they'd feel discriminated against." Naturally, my friend who made the remark said that he understood and would not make these kinds of jokes again. I am proud of my decision to say something, as well as my friend's response. I view my statement as completing the four-way test, as it answered all of the questions correctly. The truth is that no one should be discriminated against, no matter their sexuality, race, gender, sexual orientation, or any other factor. The statement is also fair to all concerned because it shows that homosexuals are equal types of people, a subject that is sadly not agreed upon in today's world. My statement builds goodwill and better friendships because my friends will refrain from making these comments and they could seem more inclusive to all people. Lastly, it is beneficial to all concerned because my statement creates a more welcoming environment for all people, no matter their sexual orientation.
Jonah, thank you so much for what you did, standing up for your friend and for your essay. It's really commendable, and congratulations again for placing at the district level. We're really proud of you on multiple levels. So as you could see, we had these were our top 3 candidates out of about a dozen candidates, and they were great essays all around. Really proud of all of them. So if we could give them one more round of applause. So thank you to all of the students, and again, an extra special thank you to Valerie Reppy. Because of the great program that they have at Martin School, we're able to see what these students can do. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Nicolette, thank you for coordinating this. I wonder if we could ask the students to come back and quickly introduce their parents or anybody that's joining them today.
We could, Leo, who is with you today?
My mom and my dad are here, and so are both of my grandparents. I'm not sure who they are, but yes, they're both here with me today.
Hello, everyone.
Can you
Thanks for
tell us what
having us.
Great job. All of the students did wonderful.
You should be
Thank y'all
very
for
proud.
joining us.
And Siri, who is with you today?
Hi, I have my dad right here.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And Jonah, who is joining you today?
Oh, my mother and my father are here.
Hi, nice to see you. You all should be so very proud.
Absolutely. And then Valerie, it sounded like you had somebody that you wanted to introduce.
I'd like to say welcome to our principal, Ms. Mondora, and thank you again so much for this wonderful opportunity. It's rare that students get an opportunity to write for a real audience and have, again, a choice to share that with people in person or digitally. And I just cannot thank you guys enough for this great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we appreciate your continued partnership with Rotary Club of Raleigh.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this great event. We appreciate it greatly.
All right. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to hear, what students are thinking about and what they have on their minds. I always learn something from the four-way test and from what is circulating in a group in a younger generation that I'm part of. And so this is a kind of a window into the thinking of another group. And I always feel heartened and like we're going to be in good hands when these young people grow up and make their way out in the world and start making decisions that we all have to face. So with that, we will close our meeting again. We are looking forward to next week when we'll be in person. For those of you who are joining in from home, we have done as much as we can, we think, to make a hybrid meeting style work well for everybody. So we've bought this thing called an owl. That's a device that will hopefully capture the people in the room at the Rotary meeting well for it to continue to be like a Zoom. When people talk from home, we'll be able to hear and see you on the screen. And hopefully you'll be able to see us, and it'll be like an interactive meeting like these Zoom meetings are between the people that are in person and the people that are at home. Again, bear with us while we work out the kinks in this. Hopefully, this will be something that we can continue to use going forward. So people that aren't able to attend a particular meeting in person, even when we're kind of back to something closer to normal, will be able to join in and participate via Zoom. So we'll just keep experimenting with that, and please take next week's meeting in that vein as an experiment, and we'll fine tune it and get it right as we go along. Thank you so much, and we will close with the four-way test as is appropriate today. And so first of the things we think, say, and do first, is it the truth?
True.
Second, is it fair? Third, will it build goodwill?
Friendships.
And fourth, will it be
beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you so much. For once, we're finishing a little early today. We appreciate everybody joining us.
Very good. Have a great week, everyone.
Great week.
Thank you.
I have a really important question. Does this mean I have to wear makeup next week?
Yes, Gina.
No, I do not, Charles. No, I do not. But I probably will have to put on a suit. Oh, but makeup, oh.
No, you look fine without it.
We all have to remember to get dressed from head to toes.
Yeah.
I'm still wearing my sweatpants.
Can you imagine? I come in a ball gown, like full length. I think
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Like,
White
all
tie
my
white tie and tails, Gina. White tie and tails.
Let's do it. Well, I can't wait to see you guys also on Thursday.
Yeah.
And next
That's not white tie and tails Thursday.
I probably
everybody.
All right, bye guys.
Thank you.
Bye.